Hello, good morning. Today's the day of the red shirt and a bit of the red face too. The weather's been fantastic still. Unbelievable. February, it chucked it down. I thought Brexit meant we were going to float out across the Atlantic into the sea away from Europe. And now we've had about 7 weeks, ever since the lockdown actually. And it's been wonderful weather, which is great, but it's got very dry now as well. Apparently it's going to break possibly tomorrow. Anyway, this is vlog number 3 by me, John Neal, sometimes known as John Longcroft-Neal. So I thought I'd just touch a little bit on that. I've got 2 sisters, June and Joyce and John. We didn't get past J in our family. And Joyce is now in her 80s. June, the next one, is in her 70s. Both still going strong. And so there's hope for me yet. And Joyce has gone into our family tree, right down to the last twigs and branches of it. It's a tremendous task that she's got through. Got files and files of work. And she discovered that a certain Thomas Neal married Charlotte Longcroft in about the 1850s. And that's all on my dad's side of the family. So my dad and my grandfather were known as Longcroft-Neal. But I never used the name when I was at school and when I was as a kid or as a teacher. I was always known as Mr. Neal. Well, among the staff anyway. I don't know what the kids ever called me, but I only ever used that name. So since I've retired, I've generally stuck with John Neal. But if I want another persona, I think with my photography, I call myself Longcroft-Neal. It has a certain cachet about it in England to have a double-barreled name, which I'm not totally comfortable with, but I have used it with the photography. And I've got a YouTube channel which has got very few people on it. So this is John Neal, the other one's John Longcroft-Neal. So now you know. Right, here's another question that somebody's asked. I love to do that because it looks like you've got a lot of interest and people are watching you all the time and asking you interesting questions if they're interested in what you're doing. I say somebody's written that, if I've written it. And the question is, how do I keep busy? Well, the thing is, now that, it's the thing about commitments. If you've got things to do, you've got things to do. But I haven't. I just do what I want. And most of the time, it's just a matter of the weather. If the weather's nice, this thing about being English. I've grown up in England as an Englishman, and when the sun shines, I feel I've got to go out in it because it ain't going to last very long. It's going to rain soon. So as soon as the sun shines, I've got to be out. And since we've had about 2.5 months of fairly glorious sunshine, I'm a bit exhausted now and I can't stay in. But if I do stay in, that's great. In fact, I wrote a few songs about this. You'll see them on SoundCloud. I'll put a couple of links down. Check them out if you so desire. One was called No Plans. I have no plans, but I'll go just to the weather. So if it's raining, I'll stay in. And if it's warm, I'll go out. And I'll go out and I'll do the garden, maybe in the workshop, might go cycling. But if it's raining, it means I can stop in, do some painting, do some leather work, or indeed some woodwork in the workshop. So I did write a song one Sunday morning, and it was called I Like It When It's Raining. And it's absolutely true. If it's wet and horrible, I feel happy staying in. But with a lovely day like today, I just, I can't stay in. I've got to go out. We're going out for a lovely walk this afternoon with some friends, meeting up in a sort of a restricted manner. I'm watching the clock. I'm very proud to say I get these all in just in 5 minutes. Cheers. By the way, it's carbonated water and a cordial, an elderberry cordial from the shop. Really, really very nice. The great big bottle of carbonated water, it's only tap water, but it's carbonated, 17p. I don't know how they do it, but it's a German, it's Lidl, and Aldi are the same. There's marvellous stuff. Not everything they do is there, but it's them. Anyway, there you go. 4 minutes 55, 1, 2. Here we go, that's finished. Thank you very much for watching. Pass any comments on, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.